5280 Sports Network back out here at Dove Valley yet again. Jake Marsing, Ryan Green. Jake, today we heard from the two guys that everyone wants to hear from, the quarterbacks. We got Paxton Lynch, who talked first, then Trevor Siemian. Give me your thoughts.
Well, two things, Ryan. First and foremost, obviously, I was really excited to hear from Paxton Lynch. Going back a couple of weeks now, I've heard things about Paxton being more confident in himself, more ready to play at the NFL level. And I think we really saw that. I think we saw that today. A more confident guy, even just in one press conference. I know we can't read too much into a single press conference, but I think we really saw a guy who felt a little different than he did last year, a little more assured of himself. He mentioned several things that he said are going to help his confidence with this new coaching staff. He talked about Mike McCoy coming in, playing out of the shotgun more. One interesting stat, Ryan, last year Phillip Rivers took 82.8% of his snaps out of the shotgun. That's going to help Paxton Lynch a lot if that number's anywhere near what it was last season for Phillip Rivers in this new Broncos offense.
Yeah, I think going back to what we were talking about last season, or I guess a few months ago when they hired McCoy and they brought in Musgrave.
Yeah.
You were getting these little signs that was pointing towards Lynch being the starter, or at least the feeling that the organization wants him to be the starter. And that's kind of what I've been getting from this week. He comes out, he seemed a little more confident.
Yeah.
He talked about the shotgun. I think he's right. I think he feels that maybe the organization has his back a little more, knowing that he may have a flexible game plan rather than you better learn this game plan or you're not starting.
Yeah.
I think that's going to help his confidence. And, like Demaryius Thomas said, I think he's smiling more. I think more people have his back. I think he realizes, all right, this is it. This is the time to shine.
And we talk about the jump that he's going to have to make, right? The jump from year one to year two. And it's harder because he's in a new offense now. For the second year in the NFL, 2 years, two different offenses. That's tough for a guy. I don't blame him if he struggles a little bit. But the thing that I'm most impressed with is the confidence that he has going into it. He talked especially about how, the jump from year one to year two isn't going to be even as complicated as the jump from college to the NFL. Whereas we've talked about on the Broncos Blitz podcast over and over again, we've talked about that jump being a tough one as Troy Rank runs through the back of our shot. He said last year he was speaking a whole new language, right? Like I think I called it's asking a deaf man to learn fluent Italian.
Right.
That's the jump he had to make. This time it's just asking a guy to speak a new language, which is going to be hard, but I think he's a lot more capable this year of doing it than he was last year.
Right. Let's talk about the other guy who talked today, Trevor Siemian. I didn't get much from him, but that's because that's who Trevor is. So I think if I can say anything, his demeanor hasn't changed. It sounds like he's just going to go about his business and do what Trevor does.
The one thing I did get from Trevor a little bit, and correct me if you didn't get the same impression, he was asked kind of point blank whether he took any offense to the Vance Joseph statement that this is a 50-50 quarterback competition. And he didn't push back on that, but it was clear to me in his answer that he wasn't exactly thrilled about it. He said, the league, if I've learned anything in the league, it's that you got to come in and compete every day. It was the right answer, but the tone that he set was obviously a tone of a guy who, I came in and I started 14 games for this team. We went, I think 8-6 was his record as a starter last season. I played well at times. I deserve every opportunity to come into camp as the starter. But when you're a 7th round draft pick, Ryan, and the team has a 1st round draft pick at your position, you're going to have to fight him. And that's what we're going to see between now and August. It's going to be Paxton Lynch v. Trevor Siemian. Today, is it wrong for me to say I'm actually kind of looking forward to that? To seeing how that competition plays out?
The Broncos are so used to having a quarterback controversy in the offseason. I think we've all expected it now.
Well,
from Peyton Manning retiring to Mark Sanchez coming in to now this. I think it's just now something that we've grown accustomed to over the past couple years. And I know that they probably wanted Paxton to win the job last year, but it felt like the uphill battle for him was too much. I think this year they really are neck and neck, and the best quarterback, I believe, will actually win the job.
And they should be, and the best guy should win. And I will be out here every day, Ryan, to see how that goes.
Absolutely. So that wraps up this week. We are about to go record a podcast to break down some more of the quotes in depth. I'm sure you have a lot to say.
Oh,
as
I always
usual.
do.
Yeah,
I always do. Also, you got to check out JJ Jerez, Zach Fogg, Avalanche Talk,
yes.
New podcast launched today. Also, Nate Lundy, Sean Drotar, Ryan Edwards, episodes of the Blake Street Regulars are going to be up on the site. We've got Avs content, we got Broncos content, we got Rockies content. You name it, you like the team, we've got them covered over 5280 Sports Network and 5280sportsnetwork.com.
Well, he sold it for you, so